For this video, I'm going to explore Seaside Heights, New Jersey, and talk about all the different options you still have if you visit during the off-season like I did. When I was growing up as a kid, I spent most of my summers at the Jersey Shore. First off, that explains a lot about my personality, but it does make me nostalgic for the past, and every time I come here to either Seaside Heights or Wildwood, I just have great memories of the place, and I really enjoy coming. For this particular vacation, I had come in the off-season, and you can tell, they already took the rides down for the season, so I believe it was early November when I was here. This time of year definitely limits your options. Obviously the amusement parks don't open, but there's still quite a few things you can do here. It's also too cold to swim, at least in my opinion. But the beach is still beautiful. I mean, the tide really kicks up this time of year, and it's great for like a quiet stroll on the beach, just doing a little sightseeing. The restaurants on the boardwalk do open this time of year, although they are running reduced hours. So you can expect them to open around 12 noon and only stay open till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I took this opportunity to have an amazing meatball sandwich, and man, the Italian food on the boardwalk here is just incredible. I've never had a bad meal here. A lot of the gift shops and t-shirt shacks that are here do open as well. Even though it is the off season, they still get enough guests to make it worthwhile. And of course, one of the things that Seaside Heights is mostly known for is all the arcades here. And they are also operating year-round. So you can head on in, play some Outrun or Pac-Man, win some prizes on skee ball, and take home a bunch of overpriced toys. That's kind of the tradition here. For someone who grew up in the Northeast, it's kind of hard to articulate just what type of experience this is. But there's just nothing like it. The sights and sounds are truly unique to the Jersey Shore. I've been to other seaside resort areas like California and Myrtle Beach and even over in England, but Seaside Heights is just its own thing, and just an incredible experience. There is a bit of a rivalry between like Seaside Heights and Wildwood, and Wildwood is technically the larger boardwalk area. But I don't know, there's something magical about Seaside Heights. I can tell you I spent, entire summers in Lucky Leo's arcade, or I can still remember pretty much every Italian hot dog I ever ordered at one of the food stands on the pier. I still have most of the toys that I won from the endless games of skee ball when I was a kid. I grew up in an era when it was all like, memorable toys. I mean, we had G.I. Joe and things like Transformers, and most of those toys that I got in like 85 and 86 and 87, they're all still around, sitting in a glass case in my living room. The other thing that I remember about Seaside Heights is this is the very first place I ever saw Sega's Outrun, which was kind of a game changer for me. I loved the force feedback in the steering wheel, and still to this day one of my all-time favorite arcade games. And who could forget that amazing soundtrack that Outrun had? I mean, Magical Sound Shower or The Passing Breeze or Splash Wave. I mean, all those songs were amazing, and it was pretty groundbreaking for you to be able to change the song you listen to while you play the game. I mean, that radio station selection at the beginning of the game was still just such a clever idea. Even though it's closed for the season, I feel like I should at least mention the amusement park and the water park here at Seaside. So Casino Pier is their amusement park, and they have about 15 to 20 rides. The highlight for me is definitely the Hydrus roller coaster. Breakwater Beach is the water park, and that place is a little small and limited. I think I prefer going to the amusement park to the water park here. I don't know, maybe I'm a little spoiled because I live in Florida, and in Orlando we've got pretty much the greatest water parks probably in the entire world, with Aquatica and Volcano Bay and Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon and Island H2O, and it is a little ridiculous when it comes to just how many great water parks we have. Now, going on the amusement park rides can get a little complicated or expensive depending on how you do it. You can buy a bunch of tickets to ride. One ticket is $1. You'll see that a lot of the rides will be multiple tickets, or you can buy a 2-hour armband for anywhere from $40 to $45 depending on the day. if you want to spend the entire day riding amusement park rides and roller coasters, it's probably more economical to go to nearby Six Flags Great Adventure. Great Adventure is one of the flagship Six Flags parks. It's one of the best ones in the chain. Casino Pier is one of those things where you do usually for an hour or two before you go broke, and then you usually head back to the pier for a Sabret's hot dog or a slice of pizza, and finish up a couple more arcade games. So what's the bottom line for Seaside Heights? Well, I highly recommend it if you want to get that New Jersey experience. The absolute best time to come is during peak season in the summertime. That way you can access pretty much all the attractions that are available here. But the reason I made this video is to show you what the off-season looks like, and point out that there's still some options here even in like November or December. That pretty much wraps up all my thoughts about Seaside Heights. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to play a little music to complete the video tour. Thanks for joining me on this off-season tour of Seaside Heights, New Jersey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.